up, gamers? This is NGG here with another review. This time it is for a PlayStation game, and it is for It Takes Two. You'll be wondering why we're reviewing a PlayStation game, but we played this one co-op together, and since this one's coming out on the Switch, hopefully before the day after this review comes out, we wanted to review it for you guys and tell you what we thought. You want to introduce yourself for the channel, even though by now everybody should know who you are.
Yeah. Hi, my name is Divine Cummings voiceover, also known as Minako 97, and I'm here today with NGD to review It Takes Two for the PlayStation 4.
And we're happy to have him. And so this is definitely a two-player only experience. There's no way you're experiencing this game solo. This game was built on two-player, which is always my favorite way to play more than one player. So this game, you cannot experience it other than two players. So let's get into story first. So this story is about a couple, and I basically played May, right?
Yeah, May.
And you played
Cody, which
Cody.
is the father.
And so this is a couple that is on the verge of divorce, or just about getting one, and their daughter is not with it. She has like this book of love,
Yeah.
and she's trying to get them to read it, and nobody wants to be bothered with it at all. And something happens. You want to tell us what happens?
Yeah, so what happens is that both Cody and Cody and May tell the daughter Rose that they're getting a divorce. So she has these dolls of both her mom and her dad, and when she starts crying, both Cody and May turn into the dolls that she had made, and the Book of Love is basically trying to get them on track and to become friends again, which is Rose says multiple times throughout the game. So they become the figures that she makes, and they have to work together to become friends and to find the connection that they lost.
Right. So you go through their stages of life. So like you start with like their vacations, the stuff in the house. Like every board is built on parts of their relationship, their wants, what they used to want, what they used to do, stuff like that. You're going through these boards progressively in their life without them really knowing that it's through their life and through their child's life too, because you know, their child is who they're trying to get back to, because they become like limp because their souls are in the dolls and their bodies are not. It's not like their bodies turn tiny and they become the little figures themselves. No, their bodies are still in the regular world, but their souls are in these little dolls. Let's talk about gameplay.
Yeah, so the gameplay essentially it's a co-op game, but it's also has elements of like platforming, puzzles, and basically just working together. Again, you'll have either May or Cody as the player 1 and player 2, and you'll be doing multiple things such as platforming, solving puzzles together, fighting boss fights throughout the continuous levels of the game. So it always switches up. It's never the same thing, you know. It's never same chapters every single time. They always give you new abilities, new skills. Like I think there was one level where Cody and May were like magicians and knights, and it was like almost like Diablo in a sense. And then you'll have platforming with the space area, so it's very unique, and it always switches up depending on what type of level you get into.
Yep, and they each always have different abilities. So one time, I think you were a hammer.
Yeah, I think so.
Or I was the hammer and you were the nails. Something like that. Like they give you nails, so one person's controlling the nails and the one person's controlling the hammer. So there are unlockables to find in this game. So you have to find like these mini stages where it's like mini games. So there's lots of mini games hidden in through this game, and I'm gonna be real honest with you guys. I lost almost every single mini game but one. I wasn't used to all these mini games, and every time we would find them, it was nice. And so there's tons of mini games hidden throughout all these chapters, and once you complete the chapter, they'll tell you if that chapter had the mini games finished in it or not, or if you have to go back and find the mini games. Sometimes they're hidden pretty well. But I do like that a lot of it is like co-op. Like you can't pass any stage without your partner, and it makes you figure out these puzzles. Like let's go back to the nail and hammers. Like I didn't have the hammers. I mean the nails. You had the nails, and you had to figure out that you had to toss them in certain places. And then the hammer, instead of just always hammering it in, which you know you would think, you had to use the hammer to swing on the hammer to get to a different place. So a lot of like different uses for everyday products they had in there. There was besides the space stage, I feel like everything was like everyday products you would have. And they made these boards like if it was Toy Story basically, or like Honey I Shrunk the Kids, like you're definitely in the world, in your own home, trying to figure out this thing. They had this one thing where you were outside and battling these squirrels, and a queen bee or something like that. So like a lot of the stuff takes place in and around your home. You're never really outside your home. But I definitely did like that in this game.
So yeah, so this game has about 6 to 7 chapters. Some of them takes place inside the house, and a lot of them take place inside wherever the Book of Love takes you. For example, the beginning of the game takes place in like the basement, where you'll have the tools and the toolkit, and then Cody and May will like go back and forth with each other. Then you'll have the tree where you're facing the queen bee or the wasp. Later levels take place like either in space or a train station, or I believe then you have like the Dungeons and Dragons one, where I think they take you outside of the house. So there's a lot of different levels and mechanics. Like again, the Wizard and Knight one is like a Diablo style stage. The Wasp and Squirrels are like these like running gun sections. The space stages is all puzzles, and then you have like the last 2 stages, which is like you'll have a snow stage, and then you have a water stage, which is like these like stealth areas where you can't let the fish get you, if you've ever seen like Finding Nemo or whatever. And then you'll have like the musical stages where Cody will have a shield and May will have her singing, and then they'll kind of like do like a Rainbow Road section to get inside the the club or whatever have you. So there's a lot of levels, there's a lot of uniqueness, and none of them play the same, and they're all very different in their own unique way. So there's a lot of gameplay and mechanics.
They're very different, but I do remember thinking that a lot of these, they had lots of gameplay elements from other games.
Yeah.
Like the grinding of the rails, and the, like you said, the Mario Kart type level.
Yeah,
like there were lots of elements from like other games. I was like, oh, I know this game. Oh, I know this game. Yeah. So let us rate It Takes Two. What would you give as a rating for It Takes Two?
I would give It Takes Two. I would say I'd give it a 3 out of 5. It wasn't a terrible game. I just feel like some sections are shorter than others, and not only that, but I feel like depending on like who you're playing with is also a big factor too. Like if you're playing with someone that's not very like cooperative or understanding, you might have a hard time with this. But if you're playing with someone that you both understand each other, know how you play, it's a little bit easier. So that's a factor. And other than that, I just feel like there are certain areas that are better than others, and depending on what it is, it might be longer than certain levels. So with all that being said, I would give it a 3 out of 5 with all those factors being the case.
Right. And I'm gonna say I really enjoyed this game, and I'm looking forward to getting it on the Switch. So with that said, I gave it a 4.5 because I really enjoyed this game. I think it was a little short for me, but I definitely enjoyed it. Like it has replay value. You can go back and look for all the stuff again, and I really liked it. I mean, the story is a little cheesy, but other than that, I really liked the game. So that's our thoughts and our opinions on this game. You want to give us your exit ticket?
Yeah, you can find me on YouTube at Divine Cummings Voice Acting, and you can find me on other social media platforms on Divine Cummings Voiceover, as well as in the description of this video. And thanks for having me.
It was a pleasure having you with us, and thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Who else is looking forward to It Takes Two on the Nintendo Switch? Leave your comments below, and thanks for watching, guys. Happy gaming. Bye.